as we move on, this next team that we want to talk about, really good team, also had their hearts broken yesterday.
Is it who had their heart broken yesterday? Let's see. Houston. No, just kidding. Nashville.
Nashville it is. Um, Jacob Schaffelberg, Alex Maweel. Oh, I have notes here. What does that note say? The GOAT? That's right. The GOAT. Luke Hackinson, Taylor Washington, Eric Miller, Brian Meredith, Elliot Panic Show. I never know how to pronounce that. Panico. I'm going to say Panico. Irakozy Donaciano, Will Meyer, and Ahmed Longmire. Excuse me. Jacob Schaffelberg, loan with an option to buy from Toronto. Send him straight back. Alex
Wow,
Maweel
you're
signed.
not pulling your punches there, huh? Just
No,
send them straight back
straight
now.
back. Don't even say goodbye. Mainly because you're bringing back Alex Maweel, the GOAT, on a max contract. Actually, you're gonna give him more than that. You're gonna set a new max for Alex Maweel. I got Luke Hackinson coming back. His usage at Nashville, I think, very similar to very similar to the Michael Chang. If everything goes right, he will come back, but he will fill a much lower role than what he is right now. Right now, he's kind of the super sub off the bench. I think he comes back and fills it more or less as a less of a super sub and more of a if we need you type of guy. I think Taylor Washington's gone. Just kind of don't see him fitting in much anymore with hopefully Randall Leal stepping things up and maybe a transfer or two to pick things up. Eric Miller, same deal. I don't have him coming back either. A bottom 7, bottom 8 player for them. Shaq Moore being here as well kind of knocks him out there. I have Brian Meredith not coming back because I have Elliot Panico coming back when Mr. Willis was not present. It was Panico who took those gloves in that spot from him. I believe he is their number 2. So Meredith, while a good goalkeeper and can back a lot of people up, will not be around, I don't think. Donaciano, I don't have coming back. I haven't seen him do much. Will Meyer hasn't done a lot at the MLS next level. And Ahmed Longmire has done a lot at the next level. Give me 1 second so I can. Longmire at 23, 5 appearances with Orange County in the USL Championship, and we talked about that center back role right now being, I don't want to say empty or open, but you got Walker Zimmerman obviously, and then you're balanced between Dave Romney, who's been good, and Jack Mayer. So eventually Walker's going to have to move on or get sold. Dave Romney's going to have to move on, get sold, and it might be his role next. So I think he comes back just to have somebody in that pipeline right now.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair point considering they don't have anybody else at center back. They are pretty thin there. They're gonna have to do something. So yeah, I think in terms of what I agree, disagree, I said Luke Hackinson is nice. I said he's not going to come back considering he was pretty much solely used as a sub last year, making 25 appearances, 20 of them off the bench, and had less than 600 minutes. And I feel like they could use the roster spot and potentially try something else because they need help in attack. I think we recognize that going into the playoffs, that's their area of need. It can't just all be on Hani Mukhtar
to do everything. Someone else needs to step up, whether that's Leal, Sapong, or somebody else that they bring in. So I think I don't have him coming back And then I said Eric Miller comes back. I think mainly as a backup for Shaq Moore because he was the only other right back listed on roster. And I also don't have Taylor Washington come back, which is another fullback that I think would be gone.
So
So
basically everything.
what do you mean everything?
Basically, we differ on everything, is what you're saying.
No, just so far, just those two. Um, Panico, I did not have coming back either. But I mean, if what you had said, taking over for Willis when he was out, I could definitely see that being a yes, especially if Meredith goes and Will Meyer. So I do kind of want to change that and say yes. I think you kind of convinced me on that one.
Naturally.
Yeah. And then the only other difference I had was Longmire. I think you make a good point considering they are very thin at center back, but I'm going to stick with no here on the assumption that they have plans to bring in more center back depth.
I mean, that's fair. It's totally fair.